So Bitcoin is still super boring with this low volume in the market that keeps decreasing and the Bitcoin volatility that currently is at historical lows. But whenever the volatility for Bitcoin is so low, we always see these gigantic moves getting created for Bitcoin, and that could be happening once again this time around. Next week, the CPI data will hit the markets, and this will probably once again cause massive market volatility. I will be discussing this and many more important charts we need to discuss right now, so don't forget to slap up that like button on today's update video. Can we smash it back above 500 likes? That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me quickly jump in towards the imminent short term for Bitcoin. And yes, Bitcoin has remained to be super boring over the course of this weekend, but once again our weekend predictions stand. Bitcoin, its CME gap is trading around 29.1k, and we're expecting that Bitcoin is either going to trade around that price level at the end of the weekend, or it's going to be hitting that level at the beginning of the Monday. So yeah, Bitcoin is still trading around at 29.1k, and that is exactly what we will be expecting over the course of this weekend. Yes, on the 1 hour time frame we are creating some consolidation phases, but really Bitcoin is just not moving at all. It is going sideways and there's just not a big move happening. There's also extremely low amount of volumes, and usually once the volume and volatility is so low for Bitcoin for such a long period of time in the market, the move that we will be creating is only going to be bigger, and you can clearly see it on the 12-hour time frame. Bitcoin is clearly trading in a small little downtrend, like you can also see right here, but the moment we shift this trend we can go up very quickly. So Bitcoin indeed is right now trading in a small little downtrend, but on the bigger perspective the Bitcoin trend is still trending upwards, and actually right now we could potentially start to see a retest of this super important legendary support line. So Bitcoin is coming very close towards this level, and if we were to be seeing a retest of this exact upward sloping support line for Bitcoin, I would most certainly think Bitcoin can start to see a very strong bounce from it. And more importantly, if you're zooming out towards the daily time frame, yes, Bitcoin has been very boring, but the real decisive moment, it's going to be happening in approximately 20 to 30 days here. If you're not looking at the imminent short term for Bitcoin, you can clearly see that the top side here in the market is going to come together with the upward sloping support line for Bitcoin, and this is going to cause a massive breakout. So Bitcoin has currently got another 28 days left approximately before reaching its apex, but this would most certainly cause a massive market move. And yes, the question remains, are we going to be breaking the uptrend? We will probably go down for Bitcoin. Will we be breaking the resistance on the top side? That is the point where we could say we're probably going to go higher, and my price targets towards the upside if we break resistance is going to be around $40,000, and if we break support my price target is actually going to be around $25,000. So yes, these are two very significant moves that we could be getting created, and probably is going to be happening in towards this month or even next month. Currently we can still see that the volume on Bitcoin remains to be dropping, telling us that the activity is becoming lower and lower, and usually once volume drops here and the price action also stalls out, it is giving us an indication that a big move is going to be happening anytime soon. We can currently see we're creating a bull flag scenario here, and if this pattern does decide to be breaking, so we break outside of the resistance on the top side, I want to be seeing a volume confirmation, and as long as we're not seeing a volume confirmation, I would definitely expect it's going to be another fake out. With my trades, I remain to be long on BitGet here with currently an approximately 1 Bitcoin in profit. It's not a lot, but of course I am holding this trade open, but since I'm expecting and the trend is still bullish on the bigger perspective, I will be remaining to be holding this trade open. Looking on my Bybit trade, you can see that it's currently not a lot of things are happening, but I will keep you guys up to date on these trades. But if Bitcoin were to come down to $28,000, I'm going to open up some massive trades here. Like you can see, I've still got 2 big orders on Bitcoin set up right now, but really what I'm waiting for here is that volatility on Bitcoin, because currently we can see that the historical volatility for Bitcoin is at lows, and every single time once the Bitcoin volatility is at these lows in the market, you can just see a big move gets created. You can see it happening right here. Bitcoin was super boring, and at one point, boom, Bitcoin crushed towards the upside. You can also see it right here. Bitcoin's boring, boom, it moved towards the upside, and also exactly right here. So we are currently once again at the starting point of a gigantic move in the market. Whether it's going to be down or up, we are about to be getting a gigantic move, and that is of course the thing that makes me excited, because yes, on these big moves there's a lot of money to be made, and that is why I will be paying attention towards it. And more importantly, in exactly 4 days from now on, we're going to get the CPI data. And the last few times we saw the CPI data hit the markets, here we saw huge volatility in the market. We moved up to $32,000. After that, we came down again here. Here we moved from $24,000 all the way up to $31,000. Here we had a big drop from $28,000 to $25,000. And here as well, we saw these big moves every single time happen around the CPI dates. And that is why I'm getting very excited once again, because the CPI data is going to get released in approximately 4 days. It is trying to get priced in the market right now here, but if I'm looking at the CPI data, we can currently see that the core inflation is probably going to be staying the same around 4.8%. And of course, like I've said in previous occasions, if it is going to be coming in lower than expected, it's going to be bullish for markets. And if it's going to come in higher than expected, of course, markets are probably going to take a turn around towards the downside. And looking at inflation, we're actually expecting that inflation is going to rise to 3.1% from the last time 3%. So yeah, inflation looks to be rising, but like I've said also previously around, the most important inflation to be looking at is the core inflation. And yeah, that one looks to be sticking around 4.8%. So that is definitely a less bullish sign in the market right now, but definitely very important to take into account. This Thursday is going to be happening, and I will be live streaming this event for everyone out there on the channel, because yes, this is going to be a super important event on the market that is probably going to cause massive market volatility. So make sure to pay attention towards that here. Also, we can currently see here that Bitcoin is still creating its falling wedge pattern. We're just waiting for this breakout to be happening. 80% of the times a falling wedge gets created, it breaks out towards the upside and it reaches its upside price target. This time around, it's 31.5k the price target, but if it decides to be breaking bearish, my targets are going to be around the 28 to 25,000 US dollar level. Looking at Bitcoin on the bigger perspective, we are currently seeing an historical signal taking place that every single time in the past indicated a gigantic run up here in the market. So let's see if it's going to be playing out this time around again here. Yeah, that is definitely a very bullish signal that we're currently seeing here. One thing also I want to be saying here is that this is the Ethereum balance on exchanges. It rapidly is declining here, less and less available supply to be buying for Ethereum. And if you're actually looking at what happened to the Ethereum supply since the merge happened, it saw a decreasement of an approximately 300,000 Ethereum. And if we're looking at the forecast, let's say in 2040, we're expecting that only 106 million Ethereum are going to be left here, while currently there are more than 120 million Ethereum left. So there's going to be less and less supply over years, and that could cause a massive supply shock for Ethereum. So that is why I'm extremely excited about it. Currently, it is creating this upward sloping support line on the daily time frame, and it is retesting this super important level. I've been opening up a small little long position on Ethereum. I'm extremely excited about the project. I think it's going to be performing very well in the next bull runs. It's probably going to outperform Bitcoin, and in my opinion, Ethereum's got the possibility to overtake Bitcoin in approximately 2040, 2035. So for me as well, Ethereum is not a short-term investment, it's a long-term investment with very high potential of returns. But talking about altcoins in general, I've been tweeting about this. Some think that altcoins are back since they bounced 100%, but they're still 90% down against the Bitcoin comparison to last year. The time to be buying altcoins is usually once Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. You could take some risk, but the best risk to reward ratio for altcoins is once Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. So if you really want to be buying massively in towards altcoins, I'm not necessarily talking about Ethereum, but other altcoins, I should definitely be very careful, because like you can see, this orange line right here is the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance really started to take a turn here, so that was the point altcoins were really benefiting from the market. Once Bitcoin broke its all-time high, and to be exact, Bitcoin was sitting around $19,000, and after that point, the Bitcoin dominance really fell, and $90,000 was previously around the all-time high. So once Bitcoin is going to be approaching $60,000, that is the point where I should start to be aping in towards altcoins, but not right now. And this was also for the last bear market. Once Bitcoin broke its all-time high around $1,100, that was approximately right here, that was also the beginning point of the altcoin season here. So far, every single time in history, the best time to be buying altcoins is once Bitcoin breaks its all-time high, because Bitcoin is the leading indicator in the market. And like you can currently see, the Bitcoin dominance has been on the rise since Bitcoin has also, and I will be expecting the Bitcoin is going to continue, and also the Bitcoin dominance is going to continue. So be very much on high alert on that. I remain to be expecting that Bitcoin is going to lead the market until the next bull market. So get ready for that. That is what I will be expecting. But anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did like it, don't forget to slap off the like button, and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.